What's going on, people? Welcome to Live Palace News. We are back once again with all the updates that's been going on today. Steve Parish has been talking to the media. So we've got update on Guehi. As you can see from the title, another one, literally from Fulham. Submit an improved bid for Joachim Andersen and more. As always, we want you to get involved. So let us know your thoughts in the live comment section. And also make sure to like the video and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. T, how you doing, man? It's another day of talking. I feel like we're in mode right now. We're just trying to fend off every kind of club that's coming for us. But it's, I guess, the positive of all of these news that we're going to be talking about is that I guess we are doing something right for there to be this much interest. But how are you anyways?
Mm-hmm. Doing good, man. Doing good. Just another day of surviving.
That's what it's right now. Just surviving and trying to fend for interest. As you can see from the title, people, we will start it off with Joachim Andersen. Make sure to send in your questions if you have any questions with a Q&A dot before it, and we will answer them throughout the show. Let's start with that story, and then we'll move on to Guehi and also an update about what areas we want to improve on. There's that as well. So there's a few things. Also, goalie situation. Big update there with regarding Sam Johnson's future at Football Club. But the report, as you can see from the title of that improved bid beforehand from Fulham around £90 million. David Ornstein has reported today that bid has been approved for Joachim Andersen. The new proposal now is worth around £25 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Crystal Palace want more towards £40 million. T, another bid from Fulham. As I said, it's like a battle of trying to defend our players and keep them at the football club. Mm-hmm. What's going on, man? What's going on? Surely it doesn't go to Fulham. Surely not.
I think what it is like you said, when you're doing things the right way and you got guys that are performing at a high level, you're going to have guys that are getting targeted. I mean, we're not used to this. I mean, this is just the legitimacy of the situation. You know, Palace has never been the club where multiple players are being targeted by teams around and above us. You know, I mean, it's just never been the case with multiple guys like this, you know. So sign of the times, sign of a trend up for our players, for our club. But it's exhausting, man. It is. It's truly exhausting, especially with Fulham, a team that he's already played for too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I don't really think that's a step forward for Joachim Andersen, personally, anyways. But I mean, Fulham are sending lowball offers, as Alex has put in the chat, so it didn't surprise me. I don't really see a scenario of us selling Joachim Andersen this summer. Surely not. I mean, £40 million, would you take that?
Would I take 40 for Joachim Andersen? If I keep Guehi, I would take that. If I keep Guehi, I would take that.
I don't know.
Only because number one, I would expect us to have some type of sell on or some type of clauses in there involved in it. I don't think it would just be 40 flat. I'd be 40 plus add-ons. I mean, the only thing that the reason why I say I take it is because, yeah, he's about to be 28. You know what I mean? So that value change is kind of there. So, like, he's in a position right now possibly where his value may never be as high as it is right now. But it's all from a business perspective with that, because from a play perspective and what he gives us out on the pitch and the type of person he is, I love him. I love to keep him. But I get the business piece of it, but not for what Fulham is talking about right now. Like, that's not even – I wouldn't even have a discussion with them.
Yeah, I just decline that, move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, they know what we want. We don't want to end up in a similar situation with the Newcastle stuff, which there is another update today on Guehi, a bit more positive that we'll be talking about. Steve Parish did speak to Sky Sports, so we'll be going through the quote. So did Oliver Glasner. So, yeah, for me – I just don't see Fulham spending that kind of money right now for Joachim Andersen. So I don't really see him moving on. I don't think Palace really want to sell him. I believe that there was a quote out today, him speaking to the media saying that he's happy at Palace right now. So, yeah,
he has some very encouraging words for being with us, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really looking at this. Oh, I'm worried. Oh, they're going to put a couple of players and they're going to reach the 40 million mark. Even if they reach the 40 million mark, Palace will have to think about whether they do want it. They don't have to. It doesn't have a release fee at 40 million. So I'm calm about the situation. I don't think we'll even end up in that area. But another bit, according to David Ornstein from Fulham for Joachim Andersen, and they spent 30 odd on Smith Rowe and a few other players. So I don't know how much more money they have, but I don't really see them spending 40 right now. So yeah, I mean, it's green. There's nothing that actually happened. But yeah, that bid for one of the most reputable sources, like they are still trying to see how much long for. Let's move on to another defender in terms of Guehi. According to Sky Sports, these quotes are coming from, as I said, Sky on Steve Parish on the future of Guehi, which sounds very positive now. He said the following: that nobody has got to the valuation yet. If you want a superstar player, you need to pay superstar money. It's not near the point where we have to make a decision. He's a generational talent. That's what he's told Sky Sports this afternoon. And T, look, I think the last few points of it's not near the point where we have a decision. That's encouraging. And I'll be honest, after these quotes and the third bid being made by Newcastle and then potentially looking at alternatives, I think this might be it for Guehi. I think I could really see Newcastle walking away.
Slam the door in their face, man. I slam the door in their face. Yeah. They weren't serious from the beginning. To get to 3 bids and not really come close to the evaluation, like they just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah. Well, they did kind of come close to the evaluation, though. They did. Because, I mean, they were 5
10 million. Yeah, 10 million.
Well, 10 or 5, depends with the add-ons. Yeah, you're right. But, 10 or 5, that's not too far away if you're spending £55 million. But I just don't think they're serious. So,
because I think if they were more serious, they would have came closer to the evaluation with the initial 2 bids. Like the fact that you got to your third bid is what got you within 10 million. Like, I don't know.
And to add to that point of Newcastle potentially looking at other alternatives, the Athletic, who are also very good source, they've said the following: that Newcastle have not yet reached a compromise for Guehi and are actively exploring alternative options. But they apparently cannot wait forever for the Palace man. If they cannot wait forever, just pay up how much we want. I think it's simple as that.
And what they're doing, like this isn't Newcastle's first time doing what they're doing in this window alone. They did the same thing with AC Milan over Malik Diaw. Had the same issues where they came in with low ball after low ball, finally got like in the ballpark of conversation and ended up walking away from it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like I said, you're wasting valuable time is all I'm saying. So
yeah, and apparently, look, he seems like he's happy at the football club, according to Steve Parish. He's not really forcing a move. He did say that, of course, he has aims as a footballer in his career to push up, but it's not like he's desperate for a move. And I think we're happy to keep him. And with the Guehi situation, it was always a win-win. It was always a win-win. If he was to leave, in my opinion, anyways, even if he was to leave, we get good amount of money in our terms, and we can reinvest that. As we've mentioned here, there have been some good players that we've been linked with, so I think we would have been fine replacing them. Maybe not at the same level, but we should have still been in a stable position. So, and if he stays, then we still got our best defender at the football club. I mean, there's nothing bad about that either. Let's just hope that we could get him to sign a new deal. I think that's the next step. And maybe we just have to show ambition on the pitch. If we have a good start to the season or, good first few months, maybe he's like, you know what, I'm actually excited about the project. Let's not forget, Guehi only started 1 game for Glasgow, I believe, and that was in midfield. So it's not like he's played a lot. I know he's watched the games and it's been working with Glasgow, but he hasn't actually played in the system as much. So I think we just have to be patient. And you never know. I'm not ruling it out that he signed a deal at Palace. I don't think that's out
at the same time.
Maybe not right now, but he's kind of quarters. Let's just start the season.
Yeah, it may not be now. Negotiations may not be active right now because maybe focusing on the season at hand. But it's one of those things that he says he wants to progress on and go up in his career. And who's to say that that can't happen at Palace? I mean, because if anything, the club is on an upward trajectory right now. And who's to say that that can't happen with our club, just as like it could with him moving to a different one. So hopefully we'll see how things pan out in the near future, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. If you're going to stream, people, please hit the like button if you haven't already done so. It is free and helps us out massively. So thank you to every single one of you that normally does like the streams. Really appreciate you all. Evan saying just give him 70 million that activates next summer. I mean, 70 million, that would be amazing, but I don't know if he'd be willing to sign a new deal.
I mean, that's it. That's all about the contract negotiations, and depends on what him and his camp want and things like that. So
exactly, they'd be saying, where do we see, where do the new signings fit in? Who do you think will start on Sunday? Actually, nice little spoiler alert, we're actually recording the match preview for Brentford tonight, so we'll be discussing that tonight. So that should be out tomorrow around 5 p.m. UK time.
So
that
check that tomorrow.
Exactly. So check that tomorrow. That's a nice question for me to give a little tease for tomorrow's match preview. Mitch saying, if he signs an extension, great, but losing it for cheap in a year is so much money lost. Exactly. But I don't think, look, the club are not silly. They clearly have spoken to Guehi. Maybe he might not be willing to sign a new deal right now. But I don't think he's completely desperate for a move away from Palace. I think Parish has indicated that today, speaking to Sky Sports as well. So yeah, I think they're smart with it. I don't ever imagine a scenario of Palace risking Guehi leave for free or losing for cheap in a year. Like, I think they know what they're doing. So yeah, I mean, let's see. It seems like he's staying for now, anyways, at Palace. That changes, of course, if another big club comes, and then maybe we have different talks. But he should be starting against Brentford. He should be starting.
Yeah, and we're in a position where we don't have to move players. Like, we don't have to move guys. So that puts us in a position of power in negotiations, which a lot of teams probably aren't enjoying right now.
And I'll say one thing as well. As much as like some people may be happy with Parish and the owner, and I've been very vocal at times about my discontent with the owners at the football club. The one thing that I can 100%, I think a lot of people can agree on anyways, is that we're not willing to sell these players. We're not. Like, that's been the case for ages. We're not willingly trying to sell our best players. So that with Zaha, giving him new deals year on year to try to keep him at the football club, and we milked the situation and got the best out of him. We saw that with Elise Saga last summer, keeping him at the football club, despite Chelsea trying to activate a £35 million release clause. What happened? He signed a new contract that had a release clause, and he ended up leaving for more money this summer to Bayern Munich, which is a great step for him. I mean, we've seen it with Eze's release clause as well. It's complicated. It's not just £65 million or £68 million. It's money up front, which makes it even harder for teams to activate it. It's the PSR nonsense that's going on. So the one thing that I could say is that maybe we might sell one player every summer, and that player might have been Elise, but we're not actively, like other football clubs, pushing to sell these players. If we really desperate for money and wanted it, we could have got it with Guehi. Because, I mean, £55 million is not bad. That's a lot of money still for Guehi. But it just shows where the club is at. We'd rather keep these players. Now, you can argue whether you like this method of trying to be sustainable, and maybe it takes a bit longer than what other football clubs are doing in terms of spending, etc. But that's the plan. Like that, the one thing that you can't take away from Parish is that he doesn't sell these players for cheap. And if they were to leave, they will leave with, our conditions, basically. We were happy with that was what he said. That's why we gave him a new deal. We were happy for him to stay for another year and then sell him on this summer if it needed to be. So I'm not as worried about the Guehi situation right now. But if he was to leave, I won't lose sleep. I won't lose sleep as good as he is. I think we should be fine. But saying that, keep sending in your questions, people. If you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button as well. I want to move on to the next bit of news today, and that's come from Matt Woosnam from the Athletic, of course. He's saying that Palace will still be keen to add another forward to their squad, budget permitting. That last two words, budget permitting, has raised a lot of questions from fans saying, what budget? Like, we should have money to spend. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts thoughts on it, T? Because Matt Woosnam is a very credible Palace source,
Right.
and we're talking about budget permitting. Of course, there's different ways to look at that. Are we talking about the £20 million with Belisa, or we're just looking to make good deals? But as a fan right now, especially some people who do want forwards, are you worried about that quote? Are you happy with our transfer business so far?
So far, I'm happy with our transfer business. I think the way that I anticipated, or the way I understood the piece of budget permitting to stand, is that there is a set dollar amount that we have right now that's available to use towards transfers. And in trying to bring in players for multiple positions to cover and play in multiple areas, the idea is you have to fit those positions into the budget. So ideally, say you have 60, 70 million pounds that you're looking to spend on the remainder of the window, but you have identified 4 positions that you want to try to bring guys in for. Budget permitting, you can fit the 4 players inside the $70 million budget and make it work. Now, with negotiations, with how things work, it may be tough. You may only be able to get in 3 guys under that 70 million umbrella. So that's how I anticipate the rhetoric or the wording of budget permitting, because obviously with all of this, professional sports, what we're doing in the transfer market, what you do with your wage bill, they are all budgeted amounts. Because if you don't have a budget, you're going to overspend and therefore put yourselves in some of the issues that maybe you see other teams having, where you're forced to sell guys off to balance the books.
Are you still confident that we'll bring in another forward? Because Musa today, he's gone. So that's done. He's gone for around 20 million pounds or euros, but yeah, around that.
I'm not as
wanted by Juventus, and these are. I mean, who's really left on the list?
I'm not honestly as focused on attack. Personally, I'm more focused on cover at our wings, and then the impending goalkeeper needs. Those are the things that I would be more focused on right now. With those attacking players, I mean, there are guys still out there. They just may not have been mentioned in the media yet, but you got guys like Asprilla, you got guys like Cherokee, you got guys like possibly Noni Madueke that are there. So there are a lot of guys that you could possibly bring in to slide into one of those attacking roles. But at the same time, like, I don't feel like that needs to be our main concern right now, because you have guys in those positions, along with like we talked about, a young guy like Jez who could step back into a role and play a part as well, either halfway through this season or next season.
Yeah, he can, but I don't want to go into next season and talk about, oh, here we go, we didn't spend money on another number 10, and that's why we're in the position we're in.
Well, we spent money. We spent money on. We've bought in 2 attacking players that can play those roles.
Yeah, but I don't. For me, I'm not too sure. I mean, time will tell. But Kamada, I have no problem with. I'm a bit more concerned about Sarr as that number 10 option. I mean, he's plays. It works well, but for teams that sit in a low block, when you're trying to break them down.
But we're also not asking him to start, so he's got time to figure it out, to learn.
Time, but we haven't got time. Though. That's my point.
Yes, he does. Because if you have somebody starting in front of you, what's the rush?
Yeah, but then figure it out. But we literally spoke about it all summer long, that these players are coming in and they will be playing minutes. The reason Sarr is because the whole system is demanding, so he needs to be stepping in. It's not like Sarr.
What I'm saying is he's not going from day one. From day one, he's not going to have to know exactly what he's doing. Like, you have to understand, every single day that passes, every single day that we're on here talking, he's training and learning.
He's not that great a player, though. Sarr is not that great. As I said, there are his strengths, but he's not that great a player that behind like Kamada is, for example. Even he's more his physical abilities and his pace is.
he's actually a pretty good passer, and he's had good assist stats too. So I mean, I don't see what you're getting at, because I mean he's a pretty good player when it comes to creativity and helping other players too. Like, it's not like he doesn't pass well; he does that well.
So you have faith in Sarr being an option to Kamada?
Yes, I do. And this is a player that has Premier League experience, that's played in England for multiple years. Yes, I do. I do. And it's in a situation where he's not when we're not asking him to be an everyday starter either. So yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you lot think. But for me, yeah, from what I've seen at Palace of just Sarr overall, I think he's got some brilliant spells in him, but I don't know if he could be that creative spark in terms of, like, you know, that playmaker role. I'm not too sure. I think his pace and is how he's physically that helps him 100%. But I don't really see Sarr as like a flair type of player. I don't think Sarr's got that flair that, of course, Michael Olise, not many players have. But for example, a Sarr would you say Sarr and Sarr similar type of players? For example.
Yeah, I mean but
they're not, though. In a way, I hear
because they play on the opposite sides of the pitch. Yeah,
no.
I mean, they're both they both abuse pace.
Noose on the ball is more of a threat in tight position than it's made of Sarr is.
They both have that ability, D.
No, they do. You can say every play does,
but if anything, Sarr gives us more because Sarr's a better finisher. He's a better finisher and passer.
Nusa can, if it's sitting back.
Nusa played 44 matches last season and had 3 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the actual playing style. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about the playing style. They can play
the exact same because Nusa abuses his pace the same way. Nusa's a winger just like he is.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
they play the same way.
I'm not talking about exactly where they're playing. I'm talking about the style. Does Nusa rely on his abilities like Sarr does?
He can't.
He can't.
He doesn't have the ability.
What is he better at? So why has Nusa now become the Dani Olmo replacement?
Because he's a good player. I mean, I've never said Nusa's not a good player.
He's very good on the ball. He's better than Sarr on the ball as well. Let's not do that. He's better than Sarr on the ball in terms of creativity and trying to open up a defense. Whereas Sarr's got his strengths and Nusa's got his strengths. But that's what I'm saying. Emil Smith-Rowe, for example, Smith-Rowe and Sarr, similar type of players? They're not.
Emil Smith-Rowe is more of a central midfielder, so no, they're not.
But it's not really. He's number 10. Smith-Rowe is a number 10.
Yeah, I'm saying he plays centrally. Yes.
But he's got that. But that's the thing. He's got that creative ability. That's why I would have liked Emil Smith-Rowe, for example, at Parish, because yes, he can score goals, etc. if he stays fit. But he can be that creative player to go in the pocket and try to create something. With Sarr, the jury's still out there. Let's see if he can do that.
I think part of it is he's never been asked to do that too. Like,
exactly, but that's my point though. So how can we say that? Yeah, you know, we're fine with him being that backup number 10 when he's never been asked to do that.
Because you have a manager and a recruiting director who feel like he can, and that's why they paid $12 million to bring him in.
Yeah, but £12 is a low risk signing. Don't pay £12 million.
That's what we do. That's literally what we do. That's literally what we do.
I know, but what my point is, it's not like, for example, we spent 20-25 on France. So that's more of like a risky signing, or in terms of, you know, this player can be that player. He can transform us. I don't think Sarr is like a thing. It's not like a massive signing from Dougie Friedman saying that, Sarr.
Yeah, because we're not asking him to start. We're asking him to be depth.
He hasn't.
We're asking him to be rotational depth right now. We're not asking him to come in and we're not signing him for $12 million to say, hey, be Michael Olise for us. That's not what we're asking him to do.
No, but we're asking him to do a role which he hasn't done before.
True. That's what I don't disagree with you.
For a team that's trying to push into Europe, I'd rather have a proper number 10 be a backup option commander, more of a flair type of player, rather than Sarr, who's not that kind of player. So
fair enough.
I mean,
fair enough.
We'll see in terms of what he does. I'm not writing him off, but I just think there might be that adjustment period, and I don't know how long it'll take because this player hasn't played in that.
It's definitely going to be an adjustment period because watching him out there in a preseason match, you could tell that he's trying, like he's in a position that he hasn't.
The season starts on Sunday.
But at the same time, D, and I was saying this actually earlier today, the one thing that we've been able to see from Oliver Glasner is him put players in positions and roles that they haven't done before and let them have and they've had a lot of success. So if anything, like I said, I think once again, it kind of goes to the understanding that there's something that Dougie Freedman and Oliver Glasner saw in him that they felt was really good to go and bring him in. So if anything, I think it's us just trusting that Glasner can get out of him what it is that we need.
Yeah, let's see how long that adjustment period actually takes as well with Sarr.
Yeah.
Because I think he's a good Ayew replacement. I have nothing against that, but that's we're talking about Ayew replacement, and I'm more looking at a number 10 who can. I mean, we haven't signed that young outlet as a number 10 option since letting Elise go. We've got France at the football club, yeah, we do, but we haven't really replaced it there. Sarr's more of a ready-made player than a player with that creative flair that we've seen with Elise. But let's see. I'm not writing him off. I'm not even writing him off. But Sarr for me is a striker. That's how I see his long term thing. And it also depends on the teams that we face. If we're facing, for example, like a Liverpool or a whatever teams are good, like a Tottenham, I think Sarr is still that work. He works in that number 10 role because he gets on the ball and he's running, just literally running. He's got a pace. That's no worries. But once we're facing teams that might have a mid to a low block, that the spaces might be a bit tight. That's when I'm looking at, well, you're going to be on number 10 alongside Eze potentially. Let's say if he's coming off the bench, can you create that difference in that creative role? I'm not too sure. I need to see that. Yeah. So for me, the flair is important. But Eze and Kamada are going to be starters anyway. So yeah, and we do, and that's what I'm talking about. We do need to strengthen. For me, the window so far is 6 out of 10.
And I said 7. I said 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think I think, like I said, I think it really gets boosted heavily if we get the depth in positions that we really need it.
Yeah. For me, I think Kamada is a very good sign-in. Sarr over Ayew, I'll take that. And Riyad is better than Tompkins, but left wing back, I don't think for me it'll ever reach the levels of 9 out of 10 this window. I'll be so shocked, but that's because I don't think we're going to be signing a right wing back.
We won't get that many guys by the time it matters.
Yeah, I'm worried about that position more than anything. Left wing back, Lauzon's mentioned it today as well. So let's see what happens with that. Let's talk about apparently there was a bid whilst we're going talking about Sarr, etc. And that is on Jordan Ayew. A £4 million bid for Jordan Ayew from Leicester City. It doesn't say whether it's been accepted or rejected. But we spoke about 10 million the other day. 4 million. Would you take that right now, or would you just that still?
Nah, I'm definitely gonna bleed that one out. See where it goes, because maybe you can get that 4 million up closer to 8, and then even still, you got the looming presence of that Saudi money out there. I mean, big difference between 4 and 10. You know what I mean? Like,
it's more than double, yeah. It's more than double. So I mean, we'll keep our eyes on that to see what happens. But apparently, a £4 million bid has been made. So yeah, let's see. And the final bit of news, then we'll go through more comments because there's a lot of comments coming through. Is that Dean Henderson is set to take the number 1 jersey from Sam Johnston. This is a clear indication that he will start the season as Crystal Palace's first choice goalie. Johnston has got interest from elsewhere as well. No surprise there. Kits, the numbers have to be.
Yeah, they got to get it finalized. Yeah, got to get it finalized.
And yeah, Dean Henderson is going to be number 1, and Sam Johnston is going to be leaving. I mean,
this seems like a formality to me. I think a lot of people made a big deal out of it. Like, oh, I can't believe they did that to Sam Johnston before we transferred him. It's like, nah, man, we had to meet a deadline. And if we know that he's going to be moving on, then you're going to make that change. Like,
but now you have to move on.
Yeah. You got to move on. Yeah, it's not being disrespectful. It's just the fact that they probably had a deadline to have our kits numbers submitted. And we hadn't gotten rid of them yet. Hey, that's just what it is. It is what it is. But we know we're getting rid of him. So hey, give the number 1 to your number 1. I mean, that's business. He's a
But
professional. He's a
we
professional.
do have to get rid of him now. I mean, he's gonna go. I do think, like, I'll be shocked if he doesn't. But if he doesn't go after doing that, then it's not really a great look. You have to, and I think we will sell him. We will sell him. There should be interest there. He's a good player. But let's go through some of the questions before we do wrap up. Warren saying, is there any indication that Andersen is wanting to leave? I did see his comments on Sky, but how long is left on his deal? And do you think we aren't offering him an extension? He did mention that he's happy at Palace. I think
and he said that we're building something special.
Yeah, we're building something special. So all the usual. And in terms of how long he's got, he didn't mention that in the quote as well. There's a quote from Joachim Andersen speaking about, I got, I think, 2 years on his deal. No, he didn't mention that. He just said, I've had really good years. So how long has he got left? Do you know?
2
years. Yeah. So no, I don't think he's desperate to leave. I think he's happy on the Glasner, but on the Hodgson he wasn't. That you could see the frustrations. And we're saying, why does everyone feel like they can swindle us? I think everyone's trying to try their luck, but they don't know who they're dealing with, especially with Steve Parish.
Yeah.
I would hate
everybody likes a deal.
Our players.
Everybody likes a deal.
Yeah, and they're trying it, but they're just getting shut down. It's a good thing.
And you would think they would learn.
1439 saying, surely our window's not over. Has to be wing back cover and left footed right side of number 10. But who? I don't know about left footed right side and number 10, but I do agree with right side and number 10 for the Sarr debate that we just had. Sarr eventually, with versatility, can be an option up front as well. I mean, left wing back, yeah. For me, the right wing back is going to be ignored, and hopefully nothing happens to Munoz. But we're playing a risky game there. But I don't know in terms of who. I guess time will tell. It's gone quiet in terms of even attacking and defensive options. We've been basically on full-on defense mode recently, talking about players leaving the club rather than who's going to be coming in. And almost, should we be buying the quote regardless of whether Guehi goes or not? No. He'll be leaving Wolfsburg next summer anyways. We could potentially get him for free. And we've got enough defenders. If Guehi stays, then 6 defenders at a football club. I think 2 as a backup is more than enough to you.
And then, having somebody like Riyad, having somebody like Holding, we have 5 solid central defenders. We're not finding ourselves in a situation where we're having to play the Kleins, the Lermans of the world at center back, hopefully. But so I wouldn't do that right now.
Yeah, we are. Do we still bring in LaCroix? We just answer that. Plus, what about 2 Chelsea players? We still have 2 loan slots available. Maybe we loan one team. Yeah. So let's see how we take advantage of that. But LaCroix, I don't know if we do, if we keep Guehi. Twister saying, how many points did Elise get us last season? Who's replacing them? You can't replace Elise, Twister. That's just the fact of it. I don't think you can replace Elise. You is out there that's replaceable with Michael Elise right now. One of the players that's been linked with us replaces him. You can get a star, a younger talent that might grow into the potential, but right now, it's I don't think there's one player out there that's like, oh yeah, that's at least a replacement. You can't replace a player like that. He's an incredible player. But yeah, what did Sarr do to the? He's done nothing. I just don't think he's that player. For example, he's
you act like you hate him.
But he doesn't. He just. I need to see how he does in number 10. He hasn't played as a number 10. And I need to
which makes complete sense. You want to know if he can do the role. Yeah,
exactly. Right now, I don't want to play any games next season. I want us to go push for Europe. I don't want to have any excuses to say, the backup option for Kamada's not good enough. Sarr's still adjusting. I don't want, no. I just want us to go out there and go for it. That's why we're talking about depth right now. So yeah. Michael saying, is any that we're making going towards a mythical prospect of new improved stadium? No, because that's already been funded. Spiritual saying, do we really need a wing back when we have Klein and Ume? Yes. For the first play that Ulysses, Nathaniel Klein, if you think Nathaniel Klein he doesn't
look comfortable. He doesn't look comfortable in that role. And the more I watch him, it's just not. It's not. It's not second nature to him. It doesn't seem like.
Exactly.
seemed like he was more comfortable with the center back. When he's playing right center back, he seemed more comfortable playing right center back than he did playing in that right wing back position.
Yeah. TMD, will you take Zaha back? Yes. If you told me Schlupp is going and Zaha's coming, yes, because that's an improvement.
Not if it's a $9 million loan move, though.
Well, I mean,
that's crazy.
They're not saying it's $9 million for the loan deal now. It's looking much
cheaper.
cheaper.
I mean, no, what they were saying, but as far as that part, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yes, I would definitely have Wolf back if the situation is right.
Then again, you have to spend money if you want to bring quality players. You're gonna have to spend more money on wages, etc. Like for me, I think Sarr saw an improvement on Schlupp. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
And we'll end it with this. Twister saying, "Do you believe Glasner is 100% happy?"
No, but I don't think anybody's 100% happy at any time.
Yeah, I mean that's life.
Do I think Glasner is happy? Yes, I do think so.
Yeah.
I think he stands to be a lot more happy when this window ends and he retains some of his important players and maybe has a few additional ones come in.
Yeah. I think he's still happy right now. I know a lot of people are worried about him walking. I don't know where we've got this from. Maybe from his past jobs, but I don't think we're in that situation yet. As I said, for me, 6 out of 10 right now. I think he even mentioned it today, talking to the press, talking about a wing-back cover down the left-hand side. So there are still business that we need to do, and we should be doing. And it would be nice to get them done beforehand. But saying that, I mean, our starters are sorted anyways. Kamada, for example, he's going to be a starter, so that'll stand very early on. So he's had the whole time with Glasner and the team. But yeah, for the depth options, I guess maybe we got a bit longer because they're not going to be starting for us as well. But yeah, people, we're going to wrap it up there. If you just joined us now, make sure to go to the start of the stream to catch up on all the latest news today, as there's been a few, even breaking ones whilst we were on stream. If you have enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for Palace news, maybe, depending on what's going on. But for 100%, we'll be back for the match preview, looking ahead to the Brentford game. So make sure to check that out around 5 p.m. UK time. That's it from me and T. And until next time, up the Palace.
Up the Palace.